use batteries?
Mm-hmm.
Do you use rechargeable batteries?
No.
How do you dispose of batteries? Like,
In the trash can.
is that what you do all the time?
Usually.
What do you think happens to the batteries when they are put in the trash can?
I'm sure that they get dumped in the landfill and then the mercury gets in our water.
What do you think happens to batteries that are brought to battery recycle centers or like hazardous waste pickup sites?
I have no idea.
Do you know how experts suggest you dispose of the batteries? And if yes, how so?
No, I don't. I mean, I guess they want you to take them to one of the hazardous waste sites.
Okay. Do you use batteries?
Yes, I do use batteries.
Do you use rechargeable batteries?
No, I actually do not use rechargeable batteries.
How do you dispose of batteries once you're done with them?
I either throw them away, or if I have some extra time, I like to take them down to my local store and dispose of them properly.
What do you think happens to batteries that are put in the trash?
It's hard to say. I think they probably make their way to a dump or garbage space. There, they either decompose and the battery acid can leak out, or they're just squished and forgotten. But I mean, I think that's not a very good way of disposing of batteries.
Okay, what do you think happens when batteries are brought to battery recycling centers or hazardous waste pickup sites?
I'm actually not sure. I always assumed it was kind of like when you take your oil somewhere to have it disposed of, just because it can't be let out naturally into the ground.
Okay, do you know how experts suggest you to dispose of batteries?
I have no clue.
Okay, do you use batteries?
Yes.
Do you use rechargeable batteries?
Yes.
And how do you dispose of them?
I'd have to say throwing them out, I guess.
What do you think happens to the batteries once they're like thrown away in trash cans?
Well, being that this is a Mercury interview, I'm guessing that they decompose and mercury comes out. But I did not know that before.
Okay, what do you think happens when batteries are brought to battery recycling centers or like hazardous waste pickup sites?
Well, they'd probably dispose of it in a safer means. Not really sure how they would do that.
Okay, do you know how experts suggest they dispose of the batteries?
Do you use batteries? Yes. Do you use rechargeable batteries? Yes. How do you dispose of your batteries?
In the trash can.
What do you think happens to the batteries once they're in the trash?
They end up in the landfill somewhere, probably not
Yeah.
degrading in any form.
What do you think happens when batteries are brought to recycling centers or hazardous waste pickups?
Is that a more proper place to put them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give you information later.
Okay.
But, do you know how experts suggest you dispose of batteries?
No.
Our recycling in Williamsburg does not pick up batteries, so you have a choice. You can participate like that, or you can just sort of pretend that there's nothing wrong and throw them away.
Okay. What do you think happens when you just throw away?
The garbage men come and pick it up and take it away, and it disappears. What happens? Just like all good Americans, everything is fine. Those good people, just take it away, and everything is just okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I suspect they end up in landfills that are built with a nice clay liner. It ranges from different depths or thicknesses of clay, and we are assured that clay liner keeps the pollutants that gather in the landfills from entering the water system.
Okay, on to light bulbs. Do you use energy-saving light bulbs?
Yes.
How do you dispose of those?
Put them in the trash.
Trash can. What do you think happens when energy-saving light bulbs are thrown in the trash can?
Same thing as the mercury and the batteries.
Prior to this interview, were you aware that energy-saving light bulbs contain mercury?
Yes.
Will you continue to buy light bulbs containing mercury?
Hopefully not. I don't think that they make it really obvious, like which ones do and which ones don't. Is it all just like energy saving, or?
I mean, they're in both, but. Do you use energy-saving light bulbs?
Yes. Actually, some of the lights in my home do have energy-saving light bulbs.
And how do you dispose of those?
They have not burnt out yet, so I do not know.
How do you intend?
If I had to, I would probably contact my local government agency that would deal with something like that via internet or telephone and ask them what is the proper way of doing it. Or there's probably a toll-free number on the box.
Okay. What do you think happens when energy-saving light bulbs are thrown away in the trash?
No clue.
Prior to this interview, were you aware that energy-saving light bulbs contain mercury in them?
No, I did not.
Will you continue to buy these light bulbs containing mercury?
Yes, because I think with mercury it's more of inhaling of the fumes where you can come into danger. But I feel like the fumes are contained well enough within the light bulb that.
Okay. Do you know the days in which the community has disposal days designated to proper disposal of mercury?
The days that there's proper disposal?
Yeah, like the specific.
No. Again, like I said, I haven't had to have a circumstance where the light bulbs had burned out. But if I did, I would find the right way to do it.
Okay. Do you use energy-saving light bulbs?
Yes.
And how do you dispose of those?
Well, the ones that we have at home last a really long time, so I don't think I've ever had to dispose of one of those.
Okay, but if you were to dispose of them?
Then it would also be in the trash.
And what do you think happens when those are thrown in the trash?
Well, once again, I'm assuming they have mercury in them that I did not know about.
Okay. And prior to this interview, were you aware that these light bulbs, the energy-saving ones, have mercury in them?
No idea.
Okay. Are you going to continue to buy energy-saving light bulbs?
Probably.
And why is that?
Well, my parents buy them because they last longer, so you don't have to keep buying them.
Are you aware of
I'm
the...
not the one buying them, so.
Okay.
Do you use energy-saving light bulbs? No. Right. So, then these apply to you. Did you know that energy-saving light bulbs have mercury in them?
No, I did not. Not knowing that they had mercury in them. Probably, I thought about using them, just haven't purchased them.
Okay. Do you use energy-saving light bulbs?
Absolutely.
How do you dispose of those?
You mean, am I concerned about the mercury vapor that is in them? No, and you know, it is just not something that you're notified either. You look on the packaging of it, there is no indication that they are highly pollutant and you should not be getting rid of them. The way I've been getting rid of them, I buy Sylvania or GE, which are guaranteed, and so when they burn out, I send them back to Sylvania or GE and they send me new ones. However, I am confident that when I start using the off-brand that you can like buy at Costco up in Maryland, they'll even give you a couple of bucks off because the power company is suggesting you use these. And when they burn out, there's nothing to do except throw them away. And so I probably throw them away just like we're not supposed to. But no one's notified. You just aren't aware that you're doing wrong.
That's true.